Hello students, welcome to the video of 7 General Science. Today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter number 7, Motion, Force and Work. This chapter is also related to the physics, and in this chapter we are going to learn about some physical quantities like what is motion, displacement, distance, force and what is the work done. So the first quantity we are going to discuss, that is the motion. What is meant by motion? Everyone know what is the motion. आपण ज्याला गती असं म्हणतो मराठीमध्ये. So the definition of the motion is any change, any object change its position or move when external force is applied on it, then the object is said to be in the motion. In the last chapter we have learned about the inertia, means the position of the object when, until the force is exerted on the object till the object remain in its position, that is called the inertia. And when the force applied to the object, then it comes in the motion, it changes its position, that is called the motion. When we apply force, then the object may move in circular direction or to and fro, means back and forth direction. That motion, that position, that movement of the object is also known as motion. It is not necessary that the object must leave the position. If the force applied and it start moving, it is also the motion. Now in this video you can see that the vehicles are moving in some directions. When the engines produce some force, then these vehicles or any vehicle are set in motion when the force is applied to it. Now let's take an example of the swing. You can see that the swing moves in back and forth direction. It is also known as to and fro direction, or merry-go-round, in which it moves in a circular direction. So there are some types of motion according to the direction, like circulatory motion, then oscillatory motion, linear motion, random motion. So these are the types of the motion. Now next topic we are going to learn is the displacement. So let's discuss about the displacement. What is the meaning of the displacement? What is the use of the displacement? Before that, we should understand what is the distance. We all know what is the distance. It is the amount of space between any two places or points. Now in figure you can see there are 2 points, point A and point B, and they are at distance of 5 kilometers. So the space between these two places is 5 kilometer. Maybe it is 3 kilometer, maybe it is 1 meter, or maybe it is 1 foot, or whatever it may be. The space between these two places is 5 kilometer. So the distance between A and B is called 5 kilometer. 5 kilometer is the distance between these two places. Now to understand the meaning of displacement, look at the figure. There are 4 places, A, B, C and D are given, and the distance between them is given. The distance between A and B is 3 kilometer, B and C is 5 kilometer, and C and D is 4 kilometer. Now consider a person want to go at a place D through B and C. Then he firstly travel from A to B, then he travel from B to C, and then he travel from C to D. So what will be the total distance he covered? From A to B, then B to C, and then C to D. These are the 3 distances he complete. So the total distance he travel is equal to the 12 kilometer. This is the distance he covered. But what is the displacement? So the displacement is the minimum distance minimum distance traversed by a moving body in one direction from the original point to reach the final point is called the displacement. It is the minimum distance covered by the moving body which is in a motion in a one direction only from final starting point to the final point. That distance is called the displacement of the moving body. So in the figure we have seen that the object move from A to B, then B to C and C to D in different directions, but from point A to D there is a minimum distance he covered. That is, this distance that he covered from A to D is the minimum distance. Though he goes from A to B, then B to C, then C to D, then also the minimum distance he travels is the AD. So AD is the displacement of the body which is in motion. Now the distance covered by the body, we know that it is 12 kilometer. But suppose the distance between A and D is suppose at 8 kilometer, then the displacement of the body is 8 kilometer. It covered the distance of 12 kilometer, but the distance between the starting point and the final point is just suppose we take it at 8 kilometer, then the displacement of the body is a 8 kilometer. It is not the distance covered, it is the minimum distance between the 2 points, starting point and end point. That is we call the displacement of the body. So the displacement is the minimum distance traversed by a body in one direction from starting point to the final point, that we call the displacement. So displacement has magnitudes, means we can measure it: 8 kilometer, 10 kilometer, 100 kilometer, 1 meter, 2 meter, whatever it may be. And it has direction also in one direction. It is in one direction. So displacement has magnitude and direction also. So if the quantity has magnitude and direction, then we call that quantity a vector quantity. So displacement is a vector quantity. Distance does not have direction. Distance has magnitude only, means we can measure the distance between any two points. It is the space between, amount of space between any two places. So we can just measure it. It has no direction. Distance has no direction. Due to that, the displacement is a scalar quantity, means it has magnitude only and has no direction, and displacement has direction and magnitude. That's why it is vector quantity. Now we know that the physical quantity always has the units. So what is the unit of the displacement and what is the unit of the distance? The distance of the displacement and the distance are same in MKS and CGS system. So the distance, the unit of the distance and the displacement in MKS system is meter, and in CGS system it is centimeter. So these are the units of the distance and displacement. Though they are same, but distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. So today we have learned about the motion, its example. What is distance? It is the amount of space between any two places, that is the distance, and the displacement, which is the minimum distance traversed by a body between starting point and the end point. Distance and the displacement has the same unit, that is meter in MKS system.